Guys, it's Monday! What are we doing?
Yeah, just been planning to go over what we're doing this week. For me, mostly it's going to be a lot of hexceed work because we've got the DLC coming out on Friday, so we're going to be making a lot of levels alongside Icy. We're going to be testing those later on through the week. Other than that though, it's just the the Valentine's event is live on all the games. So I'm just going to announce that, let people know what's going on with that. Make sure you've got seasonal effects turned on to make the most of that.
Yeah.
And for me, it's the Japan DLC won the poll on Sunday, so I've already got to work on that this morning. I think that's going to be most of my week. I may jump onto some WooLoop DLC as well, just to get a bit ahead of the curve for next week.
Yeah, good stuff. And I'll be helping out with hexceed. I'll be doing the milestones for the DLC on Friday. Doing a lot of testing as well. So I need to be testing all of Lee's and Icy's levels. But yeah, other than that, hopefully some WooLoop stuff. We're hoping to do an update for WooLoop next week to go along with the DLC for that. So fingers crossed we can add some new features and bug fixes and stuff to that too.
Okay, so it's Monday morning and I've just got in and I thought I'd give you a quick update on what I was up to last Friday. Last Friday went over quite quick, so I completely forgot to mention that I actually finished I've forgotten the name of the Red Hours, that's it. I finished the image of the Red Hours image. The background is blue, but the way it works in Unity is that once the image is finished, it'll show you the background for a second and it'll go white, so unless I'm fast enough to grab a screenshot, which I wasn't, it'll just stay white. But the background is naturally blue, and the middle three jets do have a white streak, you just can't see them. But for today, I'm actually going to be moving away from WooLoop and I'm going to be working on the next DLC for Coloring Pixels, which is the Japan DLC. That won the poll over the weekend, so I'm going to get started on that. I really like this one, it's quite a nice simple little image. I'm going to remove this little pixel here though, I've just noticed it's bugging me a bit, that doesn't look right. So I'm going to remove that, and for the rest of the day, I don't usually show off what I tend to plan during the day, mainly because I never have a plan on what I'm going to draw. I kind of just freestyle it. But for today, I want to get at least 1 or 2 images done, maybe 3 depending on how small they are. But I really want to do a wishing tree. This is a really nice concept that I kind of stumbled across on, where they essentially write wishes and stick them onto a tree. Just really nice, bright, vibrant colours, and I kind of want to incorporate that into an image. And if I get all that done, I'm going to work on a Japanese mask. I'm not sure which one, there's quite a lot of designs, but I'm thinking I'm going to go for an Oni mask. Similar to this one down here, or like this middle one. And then, yeah, that's been my day so far.
What's this guy? Why did you do this to this guy, Jack? He's so mean.
Leave those little slams on the floor. He's safe over here.
He's so grumpy. Give him his legs back. Get on, it's better.
He's in a bad mood today.
He's in a bad mood today. But yeah, just wanted to quickly show off the trophy that we've got for the Siege tournament. We're trying to make a bit more, a few more things in the office, a bit more like tradition-y. So we're going to have this trophy, whoever wins the Siege tournament this week, whoever has the best team, basically gets to have that on their desk. Yeah.
Okay, so I mentioned this morning that I wanted to try and get 2 or 3 images done today, and I managed to get 2 relatively large ones done, so I'm quite happy. I managed to do the Oni mask like I mentioned this morning, and one that I didn't mention this morning was some green tea. I did it in quite a traditional gold rimmed mug here, and I forget where I saw the design. My partner actually drew a mug like this where it had some like gold cracks in it, and I really liked the idea, so I kind of incorporated that in. I'm not entirely sure if I like this image yet. I feel like these don't look like cracks, they look more like extrudes, so I may have to try to fix that up. I'm not really sure how to make that look a bit more and carved in, but I'm sure I'll find a way. But overall, I'm quite happy with these 2 images. I'm going to get to start to work on another one now, which I think is going to be a landscape, so we'll see how that one goes.
Okay, yeah, so for me today, I've just been finishing off the milestone levels for hexceed, for the DLC that's coming out on Friday. Yeah, I've just been, I don't know why, but I had 2 milestone levels that I'd just sort of half done last week. I don't know why I didn't just finish one and then leave the other one, but yeah, this is milestone 2, I believe. It takes a long time for the auto completer to get through it. It does occasionally happen, particularly with the large levels. It generally means that the longer it takes, the more hard the level is. So milestone level that takes a long time is really good. But yeah, other than that, the Siege has been back on this week. So as you know, we are big fans of the Rainbow Six Siege tournament, and yeah, we all pick a team. So last week we all picked some teams and it went through group stages, and here's where we are this week. Basically, me and Jack are the ones who are winning out of the ToastieLabs lot, and then we've got people like Kim and stuff and other friends who have joined us. But yeah, so hopefully we'll have an indication of who might be winning tonight, maybe, if these matches go well. And then tomorrow we've got these matches, which are your elimination matches, so that's going to be heartbreaking for a lot of us, I think.
Okay, so I'm recording on the iPad today as I've primarily been working through this medium today, and I've quite got a lot done for the Japan DLC. As you can see, this is kind of just a combination of everything that I've been working on. So today I've managed to get this Mount Fuji image done, which I really like. I'm a little sad because I found a new image that I kind of want to do that involves Mount Fuji, so I may do that one as well, but it depends. I'm thinking about doing the bullet train, as the bullet train, there's a really famous image where it sort of passes along this little tree line here, so I may do that. I'm not entirely sure yet. But in regards to everything else, I've been working on this little vice ball here, a nice little small icon image for the pack, as I don't want to create too many big images and oversaturate the DLC with it. But I've also been working on a pattern. This didn't take too long, as it was pretty much just a duplication job. I just drew a few of them and then just copy and pasted it down. But it's quite nice. It's a very traditional pattern in Japan. I've completely forgotten the name, but it's based on waves. So I actually made two because when I found out it was based on waves, I kind of wanted to keep the colours of blue. So I haven't really decided which one I want to keep. So I'll decide a little bit later down the line. But for everything else, I've been working on this image here, which is a monument in the rainforest in Japan. I do know the name of it, but I've completely forgotten. Nor would I be able to pronounce it. But it's a really stunning image, the one that I'm using as a reference. I think it's called the Hakone Shrine. So it's based in the rainforest, and it's a very, very full image though. So this one's going to take quite a while. It's probably one of the biggest ones in the pack. It's about 300 by 300, so it's taking quite a while. It's going to be filled with trees, but I'm getting there. So kind of been jumping around a lot today, but I've made quite a lot of progress in terms of how many images I've got done, so I'm quite happy.
So yeah, it is 6 o'clock on Tuesday. I spent the morning quickly throwing together the YouTube video. That's already been edited and exported. I think Rob's already watched it as well, which is great. So that'll be getting fixed tomorrow to be made, to be uploaded and all that stuff. So yeah, other than that though, I've been going on to doing hexceed levels, because obviously that's coming out on Friday, and me and Icy are working hard to get all the levels done. If you check them out on Trello here, you see there's quite a lot of progress being done, quite a lot by Icy to be fair, but I'm jumping in now as well to get some, to get the rest of these levels done, and these are the ones currently in progress. So I'm going to be finishing up these ones here, and then working on the next bulk of 10 as well, and that should leave about 50 odd levels for tomorrow and Thursday. So it's looking very promising now, because yeah, the rest of my week will be dedicated to getting all this done. So it is Wednesday, isn't it? Yeah, Wednesday. Yeah. I'm quickly making the edits to the YouTube video. There was a couple of little changes to make, and we'll get that done and get that uploaded as quick as possible. But as well as that, the Siege tournament is still on. You can see it on the TV there, muted at the minute. But yeah, it's not looking too good. Me and Jack both been eliminated yesterday, so that's leaving both Rob with one team and Icy with two teams in terms of who's going to win in the office for the little trophy. I don't know if you showed the trophy off. It's hidden over there, yeah. So yeah, looks like it's been rigged because Rob's already up at the top there, and he's one that.
No, Icy's going to win. Icy's definitely going to win, right? It's Icy versus Icy. Okay, so today, mainly working on WooLoop. I have done a couple of hexceed things, so I finished off the finale level, and there was some more Switch stuff for the year 2 pass that we're releasing at the end of the month, but mainly WooLoop. And I want to focus on editor things really, because I've been getting a lot of complaints, a lot of feedback, I'll say, about the editor. It could be just so much better. I think like we're kind of set the standard with hexceed and things like that. So I've just been trying to improve it today. So a lot of improvements. One of them is when you're moving pins around. Before, when you right clicked on a thing, you're going to delete the pin, but now it's on a timer, so now you can just like hold right click and hold it for a little bit and it won't remove, or you can just right click and it'll get deleted. Other thing I've worked on is this improved line system. You see it still needs a bit of work. It's running a lot smoother than it was before, and you can see whether things double back on themselves much easier, which is really good. Another thing is, see when you hover over a pin, it shows you which pins it sort of like, yeah, I guess, yeah, this must be pin 2, so then all the times that pin 2 appears in this route, it'll show you that. Lots and lots of little things. This line stuff though, although it still has a couple of tweaks that needs doing, is really good. should we do the world map? Yeah, here's a larger level. So the world map image is just really complicated, and we wanted to make sure that all of the countries are like correct, and it's just been a nightmare. It's been probably the most frustrating image that we've made in the game. But now with the new line tools, you can clearly visualize like the routes around the water that I've done in each individual country. So if we make something like this in future, then hopefully we'll be able to make things much easier. And you can also toggle the trace image in the background as well. So just lots and lots of minor things, and fingers crossed it'll help people make better levels and faster. Yeah, so it's been a pretty odd day for me, to say the least. So I've been doing a lot of hexceed testing, that was the bulk of the morning, but when I came to work, I've been doing some computer repair. So we've got this computer, it's really old, but we were using it for the TV. So like we plugged into the TV over there, and we were using it for like meetings, stand-up, stuff like that. It was really useful, but it did break, and I think the problem was just that it was overheating. You see it's very old, very dusty. So I've been trying to clean it out, and it turns on again now. So I'm just doing a couple of updates and see if that helps things out. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have to get a can of air and just sort of really just like hoover, get all the dust out, clean it up. But yeah, other than that, because that's just been going on in the background for quite a while, I've been working on cloning pixels on Switch. So we're doing collection 3. This asset isn't right, but yeah, I've just been basically just trying to get a build ready and working so we can start the level testing. So I think the levels that I've just picked for this one is the 1-bit book, and then the realistic book, and sort of thought those two would cancel each other out. I think that's Fairy Tale? Fantasy? Is it Fantasy book? Fantasy book. So that's tech, time travel, food, and then illusions as well. So a good variety of images. Obviously none of the translations are in the game, but we just want to start testing the levels to make sure they're all good.
So yeah, working together with Icy, we've just finished all the levels. So if we quickly head over to the new world here, which Rob did redesign to look like rain or water drops. You can see all the levels have a colour. Oh, there is one missing. What's this one? 184. I'll have a look at that one. But other than that, it should be all done. So I'll double check that last level, and then yeah, other than that, the levels are all done and the DLC is ready to go.
Hey everyone, sorry for the lack of uploads this week. On Wednesday I was actually off, and yesterday I had to leave a little abruptly, so I haven't really had much of a chance to show off some of the work that I've been doing. So I'll take the chance now to show off some of the work that I've been doing. There might be a bit of a big jump in the artwork. I've actually got quite a lot done, so I'm going to go through them all now, and I may butcher some of these names. I'm not really the greatest at pronouncing some Japan language here, but I'm going to give it my best shot. So this image here is, I think it's called the Churieto Pagoda in Japan. It's essentially one of these traditional Japanese buildings, but it's located high up in the altitude near Mount Fuji. And it's got these beautiful cherry blossom trees that surround the building, and I thought it would be a really beautiful image to do, especially with the Mount Fuji in the background there. It didn't take too long. This image, as you can see, isn't too big, so I was quite proud that I managed to encapsulate all this artwork in this small image. And I think it works out really well. But also, I've been doing, this is actually the one this morning. This is, I think it's called Mochi, or Mochi. I'm guessing it's Mochi. It's some sort of dessert treat in Japan. I haven't done too much research in it. I just loved the design work, as someone in the Discord suggested it, and I thought it would make for a really nice small image. However, this image is giving me quite a hard time. This is the bamboo garden in Japan, and there's this lovely pathway that goes through it. There's lanterns situated around here as well, in these little corners. But that's not done yet, and I'm really struggling to try capture depth in this image. As you can see here, there is trees that poke out of the bamboo bamboo garden. So I'm trying to use them to force some depth, but it's really hard. I'm really struggling, so I'm kind of just coming back to this as I go, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, about 3 o'clock on Friday. I've spent the morning finishing up the hexceed things, so that was the achievements. With the achievements for hexceed though, we're able to go ahead and get all the icons done for all the 6 DLCs because of the fact that the imagery is the same, unlike Clone Pixels and WooLoop. But yeah, that's all done and uploaded, that's ready to go, as well as that all the announcements for the DLC coming out later as well has been scheduled. After that though, I went on to doing work on the next next DLC for Pixels, because Jack's been working on the images. So I gone ahead and created the assets and the store page for the Japan DLC as well. You see quite obviously here we've gone ahead and done the red and white colour scheme, try and make it look a bit like the flag. I think it looks quite nice as well. And there's a store page there. This is the beta mode because it's still off to Steam for approval. But yeah, store page is all built and sent off to Steam, so that'll be getting approved hopefully over the weekend, and we can make that live next week.
Yeah, so it's been a bit of a crazy day for me. I've been running around like a headless chicken doing lots of things for pretty much all of our projects. There was a bug with hexceed, so we managed to get the DLC working, fully tested and working. There wasn't that many changes for the past couple of days, so that's been really good. And that's all done and live for the release later. And yeah, with that update, there was a bug to Mac, so I had to dig out the Mac and see what the problem was. It's just because we've updated the Unity version, there was a bit of a mismatch with some of the APIs and stuff like that. So I managed to fix that. That's been good. Other than that though, there's been a lot of bugs with the editor improvements that I did earlier in the week for WooLoop. So I've been working on fixing those because Icy's been starting on the next DLC, the transport DLC. I've also managed to actually spend some time and work on some improvements to this color picker type of thing for New Game Plus. So one of the feedback bits we've been getting is that this last section was too similar to some of the other colors. So what I've done is I've actually changed all of the colors. Just a lot of them are very similar, and I've added some extra colors here. So now once you've completed all of the New Game Plus levels, we've still got 5 to do. You should essentially get access to a full gradient of colours. There's no gaps or anything like that, and there's no like weird mismatches, so you get full access to a whole gradient, which is really good. But with that, make sure the scroll bar's all up to date and stuff like that. So it's been a bit fiddly, but yeah, managed to get that working.
Okay, so it's been quite a busy day for me today. I've primarily been working on this Oriental Dragon image here. It's taken quite a while. It's took up most of my day. I did a little image at the start of the day, but like I said, this one's pretty much been the bulk of it. So it's not even finished yet. It's got a few more things that I want to add, but I did manage to grab some development shots of it, essentially how I was thinking about doing it at first, and it's kind of adapted as it's went along throughout the day. So this was my initial sketch of it. As you can see, I started with the head, and I kind of wanted it to be contorted around itself a little bit, as if it's like, I don't know if its body is morphing through itself, but then I kind of had the idea that it didn't really look like it was flying, so then I kind of adapted it a little bit more. So now you can see it's kind of stretching out a tiny bit more, but again, you can see the body's adapted, but again, I didn't really like how it almost looked as if it's just kind of floating. I really wanted that flying kind of aesthetic. But yeah, so this is how the final image looks as it stands now. It definitely took a lot of iterations to go through. I initially had its wisps kind of curled essentially under its chin, but then I kind of had it extend out a bit more in the final image here, you can see. That's because I had the idea that I kind of want steam coming out of its nose, some really cool looking wisps, and I didn't want it to clash with his, I don't know what you would call this, his tendrils. But yeah, so there's a few more things that I want to add. I want to add his arms in, but I'm not really sure I'm going to do that. I don't want to make it look angry. I kind of like his zenned out look he's got here, so I'm thinking of adding, as if he's kind of like grasping onto air almost. So this image has went through quite a lot of iterations. As you can see, it had horns originally, but now it's got antlers. Because someone suggested me that traditionally Oriental dragons have antlers rather than horns, so I changed that up. So there's been a lot of design tweaks as the days went along, and I kind of want to show that off because I don't necessarily show my artwork as it's going through the stages. But yeah, he's getting there, and hopefully by Monday he'll be done and I can show you off his final form.
Guys, it's Friday.
Yeah, woo.
It's been a pretty busy week.
Yeah, I've been hard at work trying to get hexceed. I got it right this time.
Flashback.
Lots of stuff for colouring. Oh, I've already messed it up. Hexceed on Switch, getting all those store pages and stuff approved for year 2. So that should be coming out on the 23rd. Yeah. Is that what I said? Yeah. Yeah, the last Thursday of the month. Yeah, so that should be coming out. Fingers crossed, most of it's approved. So yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, for me, oh god, what was I saying? WooLoop. By the time this video comes out, WooLoop should be coming out tonight, so keep an eye out for that. Icy's been hard at work on it this week a little bit, and it was his turn this week, it was my turn last week, so should be some really cool variety of stuff in this one.
Yeah, good stuff. And thank you for watching. Thanks to all people on Discord and all Patreons. You guys are amazing as usual. Woo!
Woo! And also Siege is still on.
Yeah.
Find out who gets a day off work.
It's gonna be Icy. Icy's still got 2 teams left. I'm the only one who's got a team, and they're losing.